In a shocking incident that sent shockwaves through the community, an innocent suspect fell victim to an assault by a police officer entrusted to uphold the law. The incident, which resulted in the immediate termination of the officer, has raised serious questions about the conduct and accountability of those sworn to protect and serve. Let's investigate those cases. In Case 1, an innocent boy, David, patiently waited for his girlfriend, Alice, outside the nail salon while she got a manicure. Absent-mindedly scrolling through social media, he was taken aback when two police officers approached him. To his disbelief, they suddenly arrested him, tightening handcuffs around his wrists. Confused and anxious, David struggled to understand the unjust situation he was in as the female officer read him his rights. Despite his fear, he tried to remain composed and cooperate as they led him toward the waiting police car. The female officer maintained her composure, her voice unwavering as she stated, "Sir, you're under arrest for loitering. It's a violation of the law." David's confusion grew even more profound. He couldn't comprehend how merely waiting outside a business could be construed as a crime. He desperately searched for a logical justification for the officer's accusation, considering that he had just paid for his girlfriend Alice's nails, making him a legitimate customer. The notion that simply being in proximity to the establishment could be deemed loitering left him baffled and bewildered. As the events unfolded, David became increasingly perplexed and uncertain. He had always been a law-abiding individual, and the sudden accusation made him feel vulnerable and targeted. Understanding that he was just waiting for his girlfriend, Alice, inside the salon, David attempted to reason with the officers. However, the female officer cited a law defining loitering as behaving in a manner that deviates from normal conduct, potentially causing reasonable concern for others' safety. Despite David's efforts to prove his innocence, the situation escalated, leading to his arrest and a night in College Park Jail. Alice was shocked to find David missing and quickly sought answers from the officers. Learning about the loitering charge, she couldn't comprehend the unjust situation and urgently called their friend JJ for help in posting bail. Unfortunately, they lacked sufficient funds, leaving them no choice but to wait until their court hearing on Monday. Filled with frustration and anger, David couldn't understand why he was being punished for a crime he didn't commit. In jail, David and Alice decided to press charges against the female officer, suspecting personal bias and misuse of authority. When Monday came, they presented their case to the judge, who attentively listened and ultimately dismissed the charges against David. The officer responsible faced disciplinary action and was required to undergo further training, ensuring a measure of accountability for her actions. In Case 2, after spotting Sarah Webb, 24, speeding on a wet road in Roswell, Georgia, police officers pulled her over and deliberated on whether to arrest her. Ms. Webb explained that she was running late for her shift at a hair salon when she was caught going over 80 miles per hour on the rain-soaked road. The officer, wearing a body-worn camera, pointed out the dangers of her reckless driving on the wet road. Ms. Webb complied and handed over her license and keys while the officer returned to his patrol car. Surprisingly, it took 3 minutes before the officer came back to arrest her. Later, it was revealed that during those 3 minutes, the officers resorted to a coin toss to determine whether they should arrest Ms. Webb. This controversial decision-making method came to light 2 months after the incident, leaving Ms. Webb shocked and concerned about the lack of a proper and fair assessment during the traffic stop. Sarah Webb expressed her dismay, stating that her civil liberties were violated during the incident. She was shocked to learn that a coin flip simulation app on one officer's cell phone played a role in the decision-making process that led to her arrest, though it's not entirely clear whether the virtual coin toss directly influenced the officer's decision. The footage showed them using the app to determine her fate. After the Roswell Police Department's chief, Rusty Grant, became aware of the incident, he promptly put the involved officers, Christy Wilson and Courtney Brown, on administrative leave and initiated an internal investigation. The footage of the arrest captured the officers discussing whether to arrest or release Ms. Webb, with one officer suggesting she had to drive at high speeds to catch up with her. The news of the incident was first reported by 11 Alive, an Atlanta news station, which brought it to Ms. Webb's attention. She filed a motion for discovery to view the video and saw it just before her court appearance, leading to the prosecutors dropping the charges against her. Chief Grant expressed his disappointment with the behavior of the officers, stating that it does not represent the standards expected from the hard-working officers of the Roswell Police Department. Ms. Webb is relieved that the charges were dropped and hopes that such an incident won't happen to others who might not be as fortunate in the future. Well, that's it for today. If you found this informative, subscribe for more updates, like and share to raise awareness. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications.